allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Turn this over to Director Hall.
Mr. Chairman, we do have some presentations. We do have some volunteers of the month. We have 3 volunteers of the month, all from Winfield Elementary School. We have Mr. Dougie Wilson, Catherine Mantooth, and Robin Stevens.
They're off the ball game.
Off the ball game. Good for them. Volunteering, I'm sure, aren't they?
Yeah.
And as always, we want to thank our volunteers for what you do for the betterment of the Scott County schools. And Mr. Chairman, that's all I have as far as the presentations for the month.
Chris, any principals have anything to add since the work session?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I just want to say that I appreciate the board members who came to Veterans Day Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to just, I don't know if this is on the air or not, but I want to thank all the veterans who came. We had a huge crowd, and we had 3 that were in their 90s, and that's really saying a lot to have those people to come to our Veterans Day, and we appreciate them so much and appreciate their service. That's all.
Thank you. Anybody from the central office? Turn it back to you, Mr. Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like Ms. Stanley just said, I want to thank all of our veterans for their service. And those guys that were there were the true heroes of our country. Again, thank everyone that participated, all of our schools, all of our principals for the programs, and honoring our veterans and coach. Personal thanks to you for your service for our country. I do apologize I couldn't make it. But I was a little busy last week, and this week also too, with additions of the new great-grandson and a granddaughter. So it's been a busy week for my family. So again, thank you to all what you did for our veterans. The new basketball and football alignments for the TWSLA came out today. Scott High School has been placed in a region in football with Austin East, Kingston, McMinn Central, Sweetwater, and Meigs County. We lost Alcoa, which was a good thing, but we do have now a very good region that has been placed with football. Basketball stayed the same. Is that right, Mr. Hemby?
Except for Cumberland Gap.
Except for Cumberland Gap, which dropped back down. So basketball will be Clinton, Anderson County, Gibbs, Scott, and Union. So again, very competitive district for that also. We did receive our TVOS data that came in, has some good data. I know Miss Linda's been dissecting all of it with that. And also we did get our district and scores and state scores and everything that's coming through. We've had some really good progress with our schools, but we can't, everything's embargoed, we can't release anything until November the 22nd. I think Miss Linda may have some stuff she can hand out to you guys tonight that you may have. Next thing, Mr. Chairman, I want to congratulate Scott County Schools Building Level Teachers of the Year for the 25-26 school year. First I'll go with Birchville Elementary in the pre-K through 4. Mr. Jacob Story does 4th grade math. Also Birchville Elementary grades 5 through 8. Grant Markham, who does 8th grade social studies and won't pass the ELA. Fairview Elementary School, pre-K through 4, is Michaela Miller in kindergarten in grades 5 through 8. Claudia Baird, who does 4th and 5th grade science and social studies. Huntsville Elementary School, grades pre-K through 4, is Andrea Christ, who teaches kindergarten. Huntsville Middle School, grades 5 through 8, Ms. Brooke West, 5th and 6th social studies. Robbins Elementary School, in the pre-K through 4, Ms. Tony Lane, 2nd grade. In grades 5 through 8, Elizabeth Carroll, 5th and 6th grade ELA. Winfield Elementary School, in grades pre-K through 4, is Tristan Rector, 2nd grade. In grades 5 through 8, Darby Laxton, 6th, 7th, and 8th, social studies and science. In the Scott High School, in the grades 9 through 12 division, Miss Keisha Bass, who has ELA 11th grade, ELA honors 11th and 12th grade, all in 12th grade English. I want to thank all of our teachers, especially those who have been nominated. Ms. Keaton, our judging will be, do we know yet as far as when the judging will be for system-wide?
It will be the last week, probably the last week of November.
Last week in November.
We have to be able to submit our district Teachers of the Year December the 2nd.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
it's the
And
budget.
Mr. Chairman, that's all I have, unless y'all have any questions for me.
Okay, that brings us to item 6. In accordance with Board Policy Number 1.403, the Scott County Board of Education should adopt an agenda of all items to be acted upon during the regular monthly meeting of November 14th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox? Mr. Shelton? Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Ms. King?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye. Okay, item 7, in accordance with the Scott County Board of Education Policy 4.403, the Board of Education may include routine and non-controversial items on the consent agenda, which may be adopted by a single vote without discussion. Any item on the consent agenda may be removed and placed on the regular agenda for further consideration at the request of any board member. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote and roll call.
Mr. Silcox? Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Ms. King?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Shelton?
Okay, item 8A, board approval is necessary to continue the Scott County School System's membership in the Clinch Powell Educational Cooperative for the 2024-2025 school year. Do we have a
I
motion?
make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Shelton? Ms. King?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye. Item 8B, Tennessee Code Annotated, Section 49-1-101 through 49-6201 prescribes curricula and rules and regulations which govern all public schools grades K through 12. Board approval is needed to submit the 2045 to 2024
24.
2025 compliance report.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote and roll call.
Mr. Shelton?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox? Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Ms. King?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Okay, item 8C, board approval is needed for out-of-state and overnight trips. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. King?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.
Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox? Mr. Shelton?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Item 8B, in pursuant to board policy number 2.201, the Scott County Board of Education needs to approve budget amendments required to balance the budget for the fiscal year 2024-2025. This action will allow funds to be applied to areas of the budget that lack sufficient funds to complete the school year. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Ms. King?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd?
Aye.
Mr. Shelton?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox? Mr. Stanley?
Aye. Item 8E, approve TISA accountability report. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Mr. Shelton,
Aye.
Mr. Silcox, Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Ms. Kidd,
Aye.
Ms. King,
Aye.
Mr. Stanley,
Aye.
Dr. Murphy.
Aye.
Item 8F, approval private bus run agreement. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Where's this bus running at? To be exact.
You didn't ask me today.
Okay. That's okay.
So when you talked about the other day,
Yeah.
remember
I'll
that
look at
work
it.
session, remember?
Yeah, and I can't remember what area.
Okay.
It's a child that lives here that goes to Tennessee School for the Deaf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's what we did last year too, wasn't
Uh-huh.
it? Yeah. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Vote on roll call.
Ms. King,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Silcox, Mr. Shelton,
Aye.
Ms. Kidd,
Aye.
Mr. Stanley,
Aye.
Dr. Murphy.
Aye.
Item 8G, board approval if needed for special education FY 2025 secondary transition indicator 14 grant.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Mr. Silcox, Dr. Murphy,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Shelton,
Aye.
Ms. Kidd,
Aye.
Ms. King,
Aye.
Mr. Stanley.
Aye. Item 8H, the finance department opened the bids and was sent to the board for your consideration for mobile fixtures at Fairview Elementary and mobile fixtures at Fairview Elementary in the amount of $92,240,000.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote on roll call.
Mr. Silcox, Ms. Kidd,
Aye.
Ms. King,
Aye.
Mr. Stanley,
Aye.
Dr. Murphy,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Shelton.
Aye.
Okay. Item 8I, adjournment. Mr. Silcox, you have anything? Ms. Smith?
I have one thing. I brought up something at the board retreat about some laptops that some of the teachers are asking to be able to use. No one is using them, and so far, nobody's done anything. I went to, I told the teachers need to talk to their principals. And then, but still, there's nothing been done, and if those teachers are willing to use those laptops, nobody's using them.
Which grade band?
I think it's second grade.
Second grade?
It's second, where's Lisa? I think some of them are there.
Lisa's
This
Virtue.
was just sick.
See, huh?
Let's see.
Okay. But anyway, they asked to use them, and they were told they were not used last year, and I don't know what class used them, supposed to have used them. But now this class, this grade is wanting to use them this year to get ready for the testing. And so, I don't see why, but will you check on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Director Hall?
Yes.
I think we kind of had that issue a little bit. The kindergarten laptops got taken away. There was a phone call made to Mr. Greg and Tanya, and they were brought back.
And I think Ms.
And I
Bond
think that's all you
also
have to do.
answered that in an email, I think, out to
I
the
did, I
people.
think she did.
It did, yeah, and it was kindergarten, Miss Diane, I think you actually spoke to me too. You know, y'all were
I
out
did.
there. Miss Lisa did meet with her kindergarten teachers, not second grade. And so they did send an email, so that's what we're looking at now, because that was at our summer retreat, summer principals retreat. The principals that had decided kindergarten wasn't using them because they weren't turned on, other than Winfield. Winfield used them every day, her kindergarten teachers. The other ones didn't turn them on until March or April of the year kindergarten did. And again, kindergarten or little, they probably won't until the spring. Anyways, they decided not to because again, you all have bought those laptops. They just don't get them usually until the first grade, the very first day of school. So that was where that was at. So we just left it there because that's what everybody had voted on at the time. I mean, it's not anything, you all have already bought the laptops. It's just them using them. But again, they didn't use them until almost April, to the point where last December, the tech guys had to go around to every school except for Winfield again, they use them every day. And get every laptop that was still in their boxes, not even out of their boxes, turn them all on so the updates would update, so they wouldn't lose their stuff, and get them all back out. Still wasn't turned back on until March. So that was the reason. It was not us, it was what the
Okay,
principals and everybody did.
but now we got some teachers that, I know there's one at Birchfield and there's one at Huntsville. They really want to use them, even if they are kindergarten, because they,
Yes, Miss
they
Lisa just
really
emailed
want
those
them.
to us, Miss Diane. She just emailed because she met with them to make sure, because she got that report too.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will check on that then.
Yeah.
Because they keep asking me, are we gonna be able to use these? And they're ready to start using them.
Yeah.
And I know, I don't know why some kindergarten teachers didn't use them, but kids that age can use those laptops.
They
They
can.
know,
They can.
they're quick on that stuff, and if they get the opportunity, they need to get experience on a laptop, they're gonna be testing on them.
Yeah.
So if you can check on that, I'll check with you in a day or so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Sheldon, do you have anything?
Oh, I was going to tell Sharon. I wanted to thank Sharon for the program the other day. It was excellent. I usually try to attend most of the Veterans Day programs in the schools, but because we were in Nashville last week, we couldn't. So I was glad we got that one, and it was wonderful. The light show, I understand you've got some students that barely speak English. I don't know how they were able to communicate, to teach them to do that light show and that whole demonstration, but it was very, very, and all the veterans seemed to appreciate it. And those letters that the kids gave out, we have to answer those letters, gotta write them back and tell them what we thought and who we are, and that was a good skill, and the letters were well written.
Thank you.
Mr.
I'm
Sheldon?
sorry.
I second all that. It was awesome. My daughter enjoyed it, so thank you guys. And sorry to everyone else, like Diane said, that we weren't able to attend some of the others.
Mr. Bailey?
There's no line for that one.
Ms. Kim?
No, I just appreciate everybody and everyone that took notice of the veterans, and I wish that we could have been there last week to all of yours, but I appreciate everything.
Miss Angie?
Of course, we always do the best at Winfield. Our veterans, they love us, you know. My husband's one of them. And I know that Diane loved it. She was about in tears 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And it is good. And the guys, they love it. I mean, they feel so loved and wanted. And, you know, I went to Huntsville last year, and it was wonderful. And, you know, the way they paraded them in there, you know, was amazing. But I didn't get to go to any this year. Other than that one, it was just not something my husband can handle at this time. But I just want to say thank you for everything everybody does. That's just like Miss Stanley. She'll come back to school when she's sick as can be, when she probably should be home. But she feels like she has to be there, and I thank her for that.
Me too.
And I thank everybody for everything they do.
Okay, I didn't attend any of them because I did not want to show favoritism, but I was in West Tennessee the whole time and down in Nashville, so that's the reason I didn't make it back to yours, because I was looking forward to all of them. Now, my only question is this: why is my principal dressed in black? What is her deal?
I think she's looking for defeat tonight against Robbins.
That's not what I heard, but that's okay. We'll wait till the end of the game, and then we'll see.
Okay, then do I have a
That's it.
motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Motion.
Second.
Golden roll call?
Mr. Shelton?
Aye.
Dr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Silcox? Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Kidd? Ms. King?
Aye.
Mr. Stanley?
Aye.